Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Hope your week is getting off on a good start. Man, we have some big breaking news in the New York Jets world. The Jets yesterday hired their former player, Aaron Glenn, as the head coach. Glenn, as you all know, if you're a Jet fan, he was drafted in '94 in the first round by the Jets. He played for the Jets. He also played for the Saints, a couple other teams here and there. He kind of milled around later in his career. He was most recently the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, which I think he did a good job considering all the injuries the Lions had to endure during the season. They were just decimated on defense. He seemed to do a good job keeping the defense together and getting the most out of the players that were on the bench that probably weren't starters, weren't supposed to be playing more or less. So good job there. But the problem I have with this hire, and I'm going to be quite frank and honest with you, I don't like this hire at all. Nothing against Aaron Glenn. I'm sure he's a great guy. He's probably a great coach. I just think the Jets team and organization at this point, after almost 15 years of no playoffs, not even barely, basically sniffing the playoffs, if you want the truth, to go the route of a first-time head coach again is just, I think, a big mistake. And not that he can't do the job. And let me tell you this first of all. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I mean, I hope that he goes 17-0 next year and wins a Super Bowl. That's what I hope happens. But realistically, that's not going to happen. We all know that. It's very tough for first-time head coaches. It's one thing when you're a defensive coordinator or offensive linebacker coach or something like that to take the helm of the whole team, everything, every aspect of a team that goes on every day. You're in charge of that now. It's not like just focusing on one aspect of the team, the players, or whatever. And this is just going to be a big, big challenge. And that's the reason I don't like this hire. For years and years and years, we got to watch the Jets. You know, they're a meme on the NFL. They're a laughing stock of the NFL. Aaron Rodgers hire turned into just a disaster. We draft quarterbacks in the first round every 2 years, and we ruin them so they can go to other teams and play well. The Jets need a complete culture change here, and I don't know that hiring a first-time head coach is going to do that because we needed a guy in here that has done this, been there, got guys together, brought a team back together that needed it, needed a vision. I just don't know if a first-time head coach is a good idea. So I'm definitely not for this hire at all. And like I say, it's nothing personal against Aaron Glenn. I just don't see they should have gone another route. And even as I said in previous videos, if they were going to go this route with a defensive-minded coach, which by the way he obviously is, hopefully they were going to get if you're going to get a first-time coach, get an offensive-minded coach because that's what the NFL is now. The NFL is all offense; it's all scoring. Instead, they did exactly the two or three things I was hoping they didn't do in typical Jets fashion. We're going to get a new guy, a first-time guy, and he's gonna do it for us. I don't think so. And to top it all off, the Jets right now are, I guess the rumor and the favorite for GM is a fellow called Lance Newmark. He's the assistant general manager for the Washington Commanders. He's never had a GM title before. He's assistant GM. As far as I know, I tried to do some background looking up the guy's name. I never saw that he was an actual general manager for any team. So not only do we have where we're going to go the first time head coach route, but now we're going to go the first time GM route. So I just said that this time, I know I see a lot of other Jet fans and Jet people out there just fist pumping and going, this is our guy and yay. And these are the same guys that by week 6 next year are going to be saying, why did we do this? When the Jets are 1-5 or 2-6 next year, the same guys that are fist pumping and just running around, jumping around, are the same ones that are going to be going, why did we hire a first time head coach? Why do we do this again? Because that's what's going to happen. These are the same people that were jumping around when Aaron Rodgers came on Pat McAfee's show to tell the world, I want to play for the New York Jets. I seen guys jump out of their chairs. They were so excited. They're the same ones now that are going, we got to get this guy off the team. He just stinks. And I don't want to hear that he played the last 2 or 3 games well. The last 2 or 3 games of the season don't mean anything. To beat up a Dolphin team at the end of the season that didn't even have Tua playing is no big deal. To beat up another team that had no playoff aspirations, and you know as well as I do, these teams at the end of the year, when they're not going anywhere, do you think they're giving it their all? Do you think they're giving it 100%? I don't think so. I don't see it because I see it in games. So because you played good the last 2, maybe even 3 games, I don't even think it was 3, it doesn't mean jack shit. They got to get rid of him. I'm surprised they haven't cut him yet. But what they're doing is they're going to wait around for him to make his decision. Do I want to play? Do I want to retire? Do I want to play for the Jets? And then the Jets are going to do whatever he says because, look, quite frankly, he runs the team still. I don't know what Aaron Glenn's going to do. I don't know how this is going to work out. But the only thing I can see is that Woody Johnson, maybe he likes to give these first-time guys a chance because he can control them. He can tell them what to do. Because at the end of the day, behind the closed curtains, behind the scenes, we all know that he's really running the show. He's running the team. So maybe a first-time GM, first-time head coach, it's easier for him to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And they maybe give him a little bit of feedback. Maybe they give him his opinion. But at the end of the day, he's the king. He tells them what to do. So I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if it's Aaron Glenn was a Jet 20 years ago. I don't know what it is. But to excite the fan base, that's all good and everything. Great. Everybody's excited. But I don't think this is what the Jets needed. And I'm still going to say all the time that the first thing I heard was Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel was their guy. Aaron Glenn was not their guy. Mike Vrabel was their guy. The interview went well. Why didn't you give him a contract? Why didn't you offer him something? Why didn't you offer him a deal? See what he did with it. The Patriots didn't do that. As soon as Robert Kraft heard the Jets interview went well, he fired Gerard Mayo, and next thing you know, Mike Vrabel's the coach of the Patriots. Now, maybe that's the way it was going to be all along, but at least I would have liked to have seen them throw him a deal. Here's a 5-year deal. Come to the Jets. No, thanks. I'm going to hold on. Okay, great. At least we tried. But all you hear is rumors and bullshit from the Jets organization. Yeah, the interview went well. It's looking good. And they don't even offer the guy the job. Now, I don't know. I think there's probably a couple of reasons for that. One is maybe Woody Johnson, like I said in previous videos, is so arrogant that he just thinks people are standing around the corner waiting to become the Jets head coach. They're not. I don't believe that they are, and I don't think they are. Or the interview didn't go as well as they're telling us all it did. So there was no point in offering him the job because he wasn't going to take it anyways. So I'm not excited about this hire, and it's not anything personal against Aaron Glenn. I don't know him. He don't know me. All I'm saying from a Jet fan perspective is that I think we needed something different. We needed somebody that has been there and done that before. And he just hasn't yet. He's going to learn on the job. He's got to deal with all the New York media now. God forbid he goes on a 2-3 game losing streak to start the season. They're going to want his head on a spike. And you know that as well as I do. That's just the way the New York media is. And quite frankly, sometimes I think they want the Jets and the Giants and to fail so they have something to talk about because that gives them some fodder to put in their news reports and on their sports page. Jets stink. Jets make the same mistakes, same old Jets. This is just what they do. They love to do that. And here we are. We're going to hand them the keys to do it, I think, anyways. I hope I'm wrong. And let me tell you, I'm the first one to admit when I'm wrong. If this works out well, I'll be the first one to get on my video and say, man, I was wrong on that deal. This guy's doing a great job. I was dead wrong. But I am not going to sit here and fist pump and tell you guys how great and how wonderful and how amazing this is so I can make myself look like an asshole at the 7 weeks next year when we're 2-5 and go, man, this didn't work out right. I'm not going to do that. I don't think it's right now. And so what is he going to do with Aaron Rodgers? I don't think he decides what he's going to do with Aaron Rodgers. I think Woody Johnson and I think Aaron Rodgers decides what he's going to do with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think they decide what they're going to do with him. He decides what he's going to do. And then they go from there. Because if they were going to do something, they would already cut the guy. Or are you waiting to trade him on draft day? Who the hell is going to trade for Aaron Rodgers? Who? Browns? The Chicago Bears, maybe? I mean, who? So he can teach their rookie QB. Who's going to trade for this guy? He's got no trade value. So he's going to decide what he wants to do. If he wants to be a Jet, he's going to be a Jet next year. And then we're going to have to go through the same stuff with a 42-year-old quarterback and Garrett Wilson, who was the reports are that he doesn't want to play for the Jets if he comes back. Of course, he denies that publicly, but there are people inside his circle of friends who are saying that he doesn't want to play with the Jets if he comes. DJ Reed now the other day is talking about not playing for the Jets this coming up season. So we're going to be losing guys. We have our young guys who are angry. They're sick of losing. And you want to start a rebuild, start it now. The only thing Aaron Glenn might have going for him is that he can keep bringing back Aaron Rodgers next year, and they can fall on their face and he can blame him for it. So he gets a pass. He'll get a pass for his first year. Personally, I don't want a pass. I'm sick and tired of getting passes as a Jet fan. Get rid of that guy now and draft somebody. Personally, I'd like to see him draft a Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss. I think he's an under the radar QB. At the 7th pick, I would love to see the Jets draft him. He's a work in progress, maybe a year, 2. Get him under somebody. Kirk Cousins, maybe he'll be a free agent. The Falcons are going to dump him off. Get him in here. I mean, I don't particularly like the guy because he used the Jets years ago to get a big contract, but he's still got some gas in the tank. He still throws for 1 million yards, touchdowns. The Falcons just didn't have the defense and the coaching and the around him to do anything with it. Will it do the Jets? I don't know, but at least do that. Maybe let a young Dart play under him for 2 seasons and get that kid out there and do something. But bringing back Aaron Rodgers, I hope they don't do that. It frightens me because they haven't cut him yet. They haven't done anything yet. I know they got till June. It's still early. It's only January. So maybe that's why. But they want to get the coaching staff in place, see what they maybe if they actually have a say, and then they can make a decision. Hey, man, we just don't want you back. So I give them that. I'll give them that. It is still early. So, but anyway, I don't like this hire at all. I hate to say that, and I hate to burst anybody's bubble. And I want to tell you before I close my video out, I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. Nobody realizes just how wrong I want to be. Every Sunday when I pick the Jets to lose, that doesn't give me any pleasure. I hate picking my team to lose. They're going to lose. And every Monday I come back and say, see, I told you. But when I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit it. I hope I'm wrong on this. I just don't see it. But let's see what happens moving forward. He still has to put his staff together. He has to get a good offensive coordinator, really good defensive coordinator if he's going to go that route and not call the plays himself, which I hope he does. Focus on being a head coach. You don't need to call defensive plays, offensive plays. Let somebody else do that. So let's see what happens when he puts his staff together, and let's just cross our fingers, hope for the best. And anyway, that's all I got to say about that today. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think, and hit the like button if you enjoyed my video. And as always, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. I hope you guys all have a great day. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye now.